In this episode, we explore strange happenings in a medieval derelict church. It is said that in this location there once stood a city called Killbixy, which had a population of 3,000 people. However, little remains of that time. In this strange little church, deacons were ordained, and oaths were sworn, but it was also home to a celebrated relic known as the corpnu of Templecross, or corpse of Templecross. It was held in veneration throughout the district, in ancient as well as modern times. It is said that if one swore a false oath before the corpnu, a great body deformity or sudden death followed. Many miracles were also said to have been performed through its use. The medieval church is mainly surrounded by 19th century graves belonging to priests who served in nearby Balnacargy. Within the walls of the church stands a mysterious tomb from 1620, where visitors leave personal objects or light candles on the stone tablet. In the graveyard, hidden from sight, stands the headstone of a much-loved priest, where no grass is said to ever overgrow, and many leave coins asking for help and healing. All this and more is the reason I brought you to the Church of Templecross. This is actually known as the Church of Templecross. It's actually supposedly said that this was a city of 3,000 people at one stage, and all that remains is this derelict church. So we're here to do an investigation to see if we get anything. We know that there was a relic that was kept here called the Corpse of Templecross, or the corpnu of Templecross, and we know that that relic was used to perform certain miracles. At the time, people would be sworn in on it, people that were ordained deacons, and we also know that if someone was to swear something on the corpse of Templecross and they actually lied, it was said that they would develop a deformity or drop dead there and then. So we're here to investigate and see if we can get anything. We know that that relic is in the Dublin Museum. We searched to see if we could get any pictures online of what it looked like, but it seems to be impossible to get a picture of it. So maybe one day we'll take a visit up to Dublin and hopefully get some pictures. But yeah, we're going to see if we get anything. So Andrew's going to be doing a call out, and he's going to be checking to see if we get anything on our digital voice recorder. And he's also using a stick of selenite, which hopefully will help the spirit communicate a bit more easily with us. So we're just going to ask out now and see if we get any responses. If there's anybody here with us that wants to make communication, can you make this device light up? Or you can speak through this device that Andrew has in his hand. There's also a stick of selenite, which will help you communicate a bit more easily with us. I have an EMF reader and I have a quartz crystal in my hand. So if there's anybody here that wishes to communicate, can you tell us what's your name? Are you from this church? Are you male? Are you female? Are you a child? The last time we were here, we spoke to Ayers. Are you here with us? So after our first attempt at trying to communicate with Spirit, we weren't successful. We didn't get any EMF readings, and our digital recorder didn't pick up on any response whatsoever. We did try to start off. We're on the top level of the Templecross Church here, and usually they say that the different levels do have a knock-on effect of how clear a spirit can communicate. In some locations, people have found that spirits seem to be drawn to the top floor of a building.
Yeah, it's like different levels of paranormal activity on different levels. So sometimes you'll find that a spirit will be more active in, upstairs in attics, and then others are further, down below, whether it's like basements, underground, just different levels. So it depends really on where you are and the kind of spirit that you're dealing with.
Wasn't there also an interesting thing about certain spirits that are trying to almost hide from the light, that they'll hide in places where there's constant shadow, darkness, almost that fear of passing on, whether it's they're afraid of being judged or what might be waiting. It's that fear of moving on.
Spirits that hide from, moving on, people who might come to, retrieve them, to bring them over to the other side. They kind of sometimes bring that human baggage for a little while until they're able to kind of let go of it. And so that's why you have a lot of lost spirits sometimes. It's a little bit like being alive almost. We kind of carry our stuff with us a little bit too long. And so when we pass on, some people find it a little bit more difficult. They might be afraid for various reasons. It might be shocking. They might not quite understand what's happened to them, depending on the circumstances when they actually did pass. So it's fascinating, really, what a spirit actually is and what part that you may leave behind is a whole massive topic that we could go on forever about, and we still wouldn't probably have a concrete answer. But that's why we do this. It's fascinating to learn and see what we can actually get. So we're on the ground floor now of the Church of Templecross, and we're going to see if this level has any different paranormal activity. So Colm has the EMF reader ready.
We're getting something there as well.
Yeah. I'm going to turn this on to record. Okay, it's going.
If there's somebody that's making the EMF flash, thank you. Can you make it flash for yes? Make it stop flashing for now. Thank you. Thank you. Can you tell me, have we spoke before? We did. I'm wondering, is this Ayers? It is.
We spoke before.
We did. Anyone that may have watched our video in For Abbey, Ayers was one of the first spirits that we actually spoke to outside the church, and he made himself known to us here as well. Now, we believe that he may have been travelling in between the two churches. Yes, you are. Can you tell me, Ayers, thank you, would you have travelled to many churches in Ireland? Would you have travelled from all the Benedictine monasteries? I remember asking you before, were you French? And you made this device flash for answering yes. And I've just been wondering, with all the things I had asked you last time, it got me thinking and wondering if you were maybe part of oh,
Do you know what you're going to ask?
I think you might. Were you part of the Knights Templar? Were you a knight? Were you a soldier? Were you a messenger? Did you know anything about the relic that was kept here? Just gonna... Sorry, I know that's close. My arm's starting to go dead.
Maybe if we move around a little bit.
That was interesting, though. It did go off when I was about to...
Well, were they quite secretive? Like, I don't know.
Ayers, are you still talking to us? Are you still communicating with us? It's gone very quiet. We mean no disrespect. I just did wonder if you were a part of the Knights Templar.
Didn't you also wonder if he was some kind of a delivery person as well to the different abbeys, because he came up at 2 of them now?
The fact that he was at both locations, and there was others that were gathered here as well.
Yeah.
See, unfortunately, myself and Andrew came down here and we did get some footage, but the camera, it didn't save all the footage that we captured. So,
which is quite telling.
Yeah, I think so. So hopefully, we're gonna have decent footage this time that we can use. We actually managed to get Ayers' name spelled out using the EMF. We went through the alphabet and he was able to spell it out for us. Thank you so much for talking to us. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Were you 31 years of age? You were. And did you have a family here?
It hasn't stopped flashing.
That's remarkable.
It's actually flicked red there.
Yeah. Thank you so much for communicating with us. My arm's getting really... Oh, wow. I feel like my left arm is like there's something actually weighing it down. Like,
my legs have actually gotten very cold.
Yeah. Are you doing that to us? I actually feel like someone's...
It's going up to red now, the second from the top.
Is it you that's doing that? You're definitely getting our attention. Can you make the lights stop flashing? Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Now, if you can, make the lights flash for yes. So, you were French? Yes, you were. And can you tell me, were you 31 years of age? You were. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It feels like it's gone a little bit quiet now. Are you still communicating with us? Do you still wish to communicate with us? Oh wow. Is it you that's affecting my arm? Can you make the device flash just to let me know that I can feel this unbelievable heaviness pressing down on my arm? Oh, you wouldn't mind getting another second. Oh. Are you the same? You are. Are you the same French person that we were communicating with? Are you the spirit we were speaking to in four? In four monastery? At the gatehouse. Are you the same spirit that we were speaking to? Or are you the spirit we were speaking to at the church? You are
Up at the church.
up at the church. Well, thank you for visiting us. We appreciate it. Would you have come to this? Would you have come here when you were alive? You would have. Would you have traveled between the two monasteries? You did. You did. I'll tap over in the corner.
Mm.
Was that you that made that noise? You tapped again. Was that you that just tapped? It is. Thank you so much for communicating with us. We're just getting a tap over in the corner. Thank you. Is that where you're standing? Is that where your spirit is at this moment in time? It is. So if I move this device and pan it around the room, you can let me know by flashing the lights to let me know where you are in this room. Which direction are you standing? Are you standing here? You are. Thank you so much. Do you visit this priory regularly? You do. Is there a reason that you come back to this priory? Is there something that draws you here? Is there a reason you visit the grounds of this old priory? There is. There is. Do you have loved ones that are buried here? You do? You do. Do you see them now? You do. You see them now. And can I ask, were they French as well? Were they Irish? English?
Did a little flash. Oh, there you go.
They were? Yes. Thank you. And if I go up through the alphabet, would you be able to give me the first letter of your name? Okay, we'll try it. A. So the start of your name, it's the letter A. I don't have any French.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, it was A. French name.
No, and I don't know when it is as well.
French name beginning with A. I'll have to look into that. That was really good though. I wonder could I try the second letter? Oh, would you like me to go up the alphabet and you can give me the second letter of your name? A. So A. Just again, we're gonna just do a little call out. If there is anybody here that wishes to communicate with us, can you make this device flash to let us know you're here? Ayers, if you're here. I think when I asked that question, if he was a member of the Knights Templar, Andrew made a very good point that like they would have been very secretive as well. Even back then, like they didn't want anyone to know what their involvement was. So it's quite possible that he did decide to kind of shut down on us a little. We apologise. Please talk to us. Can you make a noise or tap to let us know if there's anybody here with us? I heard a rustle.
It is behind me. It's hard to know because there's no wind. But then there's no birds there either exactly. They're all up there. It's like that bit of tinfoil.
It's very quiet.
Very quiet. And the last time Ayers said there was other spirits here as well.
Yeah. And we could feel that there was others here, but now it just feels like it's gone very quiet.
Very quiet.
Within the walls of the church stands the tomb of Lord Henry Piers, who was a Member of Parliament, dated 1620, with the armorial crest above his resting place. His father, Constable William Piers, was granted this land by Queen Elizabeth I for his services. Henry converted to Catholicism in his late 20s against the advice of his wife. He travelled the continent for 8 years, documenting his adventures in a book. One of his 8 children went on to become a Franciscan friar. Another was later knighted, while Henry Jr. was made a baronet in 1661 after the restoration of the nearby Tristerna Abbey. The inscription above his resting place commemorates Henry Piers as a hospitable native of renowned piety who repaired Tristerna Abbey, and the family line continues to this day. A lane known locally as Boithrin na Mar, Little Road of the Dead, once ran from the north side of the churchyard to Balnacrohi, or Gallows Town. The Templecross churchyard is also the resting place of the Reverend Father John Cantwell, who was well known locally for his work with the poor and his promotion of education. No grass is said to ever overgrow his grave, and visitors leave coins asking for help. It's believed he had supernatural powers, and many make their way here asking to be healed. One of the strange things that I did read on, I think on Flickr, someone that had taken pictures here had said that there was a grave belonging to a priest that where the grass doesn't overgrow, and it's naturally like that. So I thought it'd be a good idea to come out and have a look and see if we could find any grave that looked like that, and I think we found it. This seems to be the one that we've heard about, but also if you look at the coins that have been left here, like little offerings, and even actually left on the soil, it may be difficult to pick up on camera, but the ground is actually risen in the shape of where the body's been laid to rest, almost as if it's rising up. Sterling or a medal? A little medal. I actually have a medal. Benedictine church. I wonder would that be like repelling any
It's a protection, I mean.
protection,
isn't it?
yeah.
So that's interesting.
Possibly.
Although it's supposed to protect you from any negative spirits.
Yeah.
The other ones are fine.
Yeah.
It's interesting. This is all the experiment things about though. Seeing,
Definitely.
you know.
I love the stonework as well. The carving of the heart's stunning, isn't it? The first time that we went into the church, there was more activity, and as you said, it was almost like static. Like there was that much energy. There was a few people gathered in the one place. I don't feel that now. It feels very calm. It doesn't feel like...
It might warrant another visit another time.
Yeah.
Just to see if it matches up or if it's changed.
Yeah.
Because this doesn't feel like a place that's haunted. It feels like it's a place that...
Visited.
Visited. And there is a big difference there.
Yeah, I think so. Getting absolutely nothing though. But this is a good thing because it shows that, you do go to some locations and this happens where you don't get any communication, and that's okay. Some spirits want to say hello, they want to communicate with us. Some don't, and they just go about their business and go on to other places. But after doing the EMF reading, the digital voice recorder, we're going to listen back and see if we've got anything on that. All in all, being here in Killbixy, in the Church of Templecross, it's actually a wonderful piece of history that thankfully still exists. There is, about half a mile away, there's the Abbey of Tristerna, which means place of thorns. Now, it is a heritage site, but it's also private property, so they do have the gate locked at the moment, possibly due to the pandemic, and probably didn't want people coming in and going. But we're hoping that we will be able to get in and maybe do an investigation, because we've heard it's quite beautiful as well.
While investigating, we uncovered a rich history of relics, lords and baronets, made contact with a spirit we first encountered at Fr, who may or may not have been a part of the Knights Templar. We know they were secretive, which could explain why our communication suddenly went quiet. We captured no EVPs, but truly enjoyed investigating this medieval location, and have no doubt that many will continue to visit Fr Cantwell to ask for healing. Please like, subscribe, and click on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any content in the future. And remember, strange is beautiful.